Hello and welcome to the Half-Ass Homestead.
Okay, now I'm going to try to see if I can get to the next town, get to the elevator, and come back and beat them back to the house. It's like a 3-minute car ride, so we're going to see who can do it faster. Mine's like a 20-minute car ride.
I clearly was not the winner of this race. He beat me by like 10 minutes. There's some very exciting things happening in the next vlog. Getting into that time of year where I just simply do not have enough time for sourdough. So I'm making some yeast white bread. And there's something kind of underrated about yeast bread, especially the quick rise variety. I do have a pretty decent recipe for white bread. For sandwich loaf. I can leave it in the description down below. Man, I just love the smell of fresh baked bread.
So I wasn't going to show you guys this initially, but I decided that not because I'm embarrassed or anything like that of the state of my kitchen, but because it's kind of boring and it's not very exciting. But I also am a homestead vlogger and I vlog about daily life and like things that we do, not the most dull things like folding laundry. However, this is something very homestead related and frugal and I guess kind of old school. So I'm gonna flip the camera on and I'm gonna kind of explain to you what's going on. All right, let's pan the kitchen here. So this is a complete and utter disaster. Last night, somebody posted on Marketplace that they had jars for sale, and depending on how many you buy, the price will vary. So I asked how many they had and how much they wanted. So it was 5 large totefuls for $10 a tote, so $50. I looked at it and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna come pick them all up. You don't need to look for anybody else to come take them all. Giant lot, and I would assume there are about 200 jars. In the realm of that, when I am buying jars, from my area, an actual deal is 50 cents, like 25 to 50 cents a jar. People here tend to price gouge jars and charge more for the jars. And I'll insert some examples. They charge more for the jars than they are new or close to what they are brand new without rings and lids, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. If I'm going to spend $10 on a $12 flat of jars, I could spend the extra $2 and get myself flats, and I already have rings. Why would I spend $10 on just jars, right? And I have Tatler lids to begin with, so I don't really need those. But, I mean, so Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, at $10, it's not really worth it for me to go out of my way to grab that one flat of jars. I do can a lot of stuff, so like if I'm looking for jars like right now, I'm probably gonna pick up 3 to 4 flats of jars. Which, because I keep my eye on Marketplace, I wasn't actually looking this time, but you know what I mean. But I guess I'm gonna show you guys some jar washing because I'm boring. I have not in person seen a half-gallon antique jar. I know they exist. I've seen them in pictures, but this isn't something you just find every day. So this was really cool to me. I'm pretty excited about that jar, and I mean you could use it, but I might just make that into a decor piece. I got this jelly jar with the lid. It's a squat one. I've got tons of these. But like the old jelly jars that you use the golf wax with. So I thought that was really cool. And then these things. Which I haven't seen these either. There's these cur jars and these cur jars. They're both rectangular in shape. I've never seen them before. I've seen like plain ones similar to this, probably a little bit squatter. When I got a jar like this, is my first oblong jelly jar like this. I haven't had one of these. I think that's the only cool stuff I have.
Alright, I went out to the thrift store to make some donations. So I figured I'd take a spin around while I was there. Now this is a willow basket my mother made. So my mom used to make willow baskets, but then I found this guy. Dude, $6. I'm gonna use this in the garden over the one that my mom made. I'm gonna use this more for decor purposes and some lighter duty stuff, but oh, look at that. That's nice. I mean, for $6, somebody made that. Somebody spent a lot of time on that. I'm pretty stoked.